What's going on, YouTube? Today I got a video. I'm going to show you all the shocks that I got for my car. I'll give you all the part numbers. All the boxes are all right here for it. I'll show you my old shocks. I'll show you the new shocks. And yeah, I guess we'll jump into it. I guess the first thing I'll show you is my old shocks. Well, I'll show you what shocks I got. For the rear, I got the Monroe Gas Magnum. This is the part number 550018. So there's the part number there. Now they're not sold in sets, they're sold individually, so you gotta buy them, you know, like if you were to order them, you gotta order 2, not just order like quantity 1. So just a little FYI. But here's my old ones. Now if you look at this one is the one that was in better shape. Well, this one's like, I mean, I can't push down on it and hold the camera, but it's pretty spongy. This is the reason why my car was so bouncy. I mean, I'm pushing down on it, but so that one was completely blown out. And then this one here, this one, it actually got pretty damaged from the accident. I mean, if you look, it's probably hard to tell. It's actually crooked. You can see it's on an angle there. Like if you look at it, the thing here is crooked. So, and this shock, this you can't even move. It's like stuck. Now I remember sometimes my car, like when I go to push down on it, it would like, it literally wouldn't even like compress down because since this was bent. And then other times it would finally compress down. So I can't really, there you go, I can kind of pull it back. But if you look, I mean, you can see the bend in it. It's got a, like back here, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's got a bend. So that shock's completely shot too. So I got these, the Gas Magnum. Now I'll crawl underneath there. I don't want to try to get too dirty. I don't want to get my shirt and like clothes all messed up, but oh, if you look, they're right there. They weren't too hard to install. We had to get like a pry bar, not a pry bar, like a little, yeah, I guess a pry bar, like a smaller pry bar. We had to pry like the ends here a little bit. We had to like just pull on it a little bit because this wouldn't slide in with the spacers. They gave you spacers. That wouldn't slide in. So we had to get a little pry bar and just move that a little bit. I don't know if that was from the accident or they're just the fact that they're just not OEM, so they're not like complete direct fitment. So I don't know what the deal with that is. But yeah, there's a nut up here, you just screw that down. And then also just the nut down there. So they were really easy to do. In fact, we'd even take the wheel off. The wheel just stayed on. So that was really easy. And then this side over here is the exact same thing. You know, same as I set up. They're yellow. The fronts are actually black. I'll show you the fronts. Now these are my old struts. I mean, they kind of look crappy. I mean, like they're showing some age. They don't look like obviously brand new. What the hell is this guy doing? I don't know who that is. But yeah, I mean, they're not too bad. Even like the rubber in here is not in too bad a shape. And they weren't really that bad anyway. I do notice that my car rides a little bit stiffer. Like obviously my car improved once I put the rears on. But once I did the fronts, what the hell is going on today? It's like a friggin', it's like a public highway. I got someone on the bike, cars driving by, whatever. I shouldn't have shot this video here. But what was I gonna do? Yeah, I noticed, how we doing? It's a madhouse, right? Oh my God. Better stay on the sidewalk, I might get struck by a car. Oh, I'm getting so lost here. No, yeah, when I put the fronts on, I did notice that it did stiffen up a little bit. Like my car has no body roll whatsoever now. I mean, it is like completely stiff. No body roll. And also I did notice it raised my front end a little tiny bit. It's raised up now. It was a tad bit lower, maybe like not even half an inch. I mean, it raised it a little tiny bit. But doesn't bother me, because now my car, instead of kind of sitting like on an angle a little bit, now it's like evened out. So they were definitely sagging a little tiny bit, but they still were actually perfectly fine, really. They weren't bad at all. I just figured if I'm gonna do shocks on this or whatever, I'm just gonna replace them all. But I'm actually gonna keep these. I don't know, maybe I'll try to sell them. I don't know, maybe if someone ends up eating them, you know, I could sell it to them or something, whatever. I don't know, they're not bad. And these are pretty expensive from Ford. I mean, if I were to sell them, I'd probably sell them for like, I don't know, $100 at both of them. One of them I'm missing a nut. I think it's this one. Yeah, I'm missing a nut on this one. It was missing when we took it off, so I don't know what happened, but yeah, I'm gonna keep those. These are trash. I don't know. I think I might know someone that will just want to scrap these. They'll just throw it in the scrap pile, and then they can, you know, whatever, throw it out or scrap it. But I mean, that's it. I'll give you the part number for the front struts. I'll show you those. It's 271346 for the front struts. Now that's the whole assembly. I got it like all assembled in one thing. I think there's different kits you can get where you can like rebuild the strut, but I didn't want that. I just wanted to literally pull it out, put it in, and be done with it. I didn't want to have to like compress the spring, do all that. Someone's phone's going off. Yeah, I'll pop the hood here. I'll show you the struts. Now, you can't really see the struts from like under the car, so I don't really know if I'm gonna be able to crawl underneath and show you. They're really, you can't really tell, honestly. But here they are, right there. There's new struts. There's the one side. Literally just bolt it right up. Boom, boom. And then you go over here. You know, boom, boom, just bolt it right up. Now, in order to do this, this was more complicated. I don't know if I can get under here. I'll try to get on this side so I can get struck by a car. That'd be great on video. Well, I guess you can kind of see it. But in order to get these off, you gotta undo this. You gotta undo the sway bar. You gotta do the upper control arm there. Oh, that's one thing I'm probably gonna need in the future too. You're not gonna be able to tell, but my bushings for the upper control arms, the rubber's getting all dry rotted and like falling apart, so I'm gonna have to do that in the future. But I mean, for right now, whatever, it drives perfectly fine, so that's how I'm sticking with it. But yeah, you gotta undo all this. You don't have to undo that, but we gotta undo it over here. I don't know if you can see it, but over here in this area there's like a bolt, whatever. But yeah, you gotta pretty much just pull this arm down, like the lower control arm. That just, you pull that, like you step on it, whatever, and then you take that and you shove it in up top there. So it wasn't too hard of a job. I ended up doing it with someone. I didn't do it myself. The rear I did it with my dad, and then the front I had a friend do. I paid him like I was gonna give him $100. He only took 60, so he ended up getting 60 bucks. So like 30 bucks a side, which isn't that bad. A shop wanted to do it for 100 bucks a side, 200 bucks, which actually isn't that bad either. I thought it was gonna be more. So either way, the job wasn't like too bad. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my shocks. I will say, I feel like my car rides actually kind of better than the original shocks I had on there. Now, granted, when I had the car, you know, the car was kind of old, so these were showing that, you know, the car had 80,000 miles and I bought 81,000, so they had age on them. But I don't know, I wanted to get OEM because I did like the way the car like rode, so I didn't want to get aftermarket. But trying to get the OEM ones, I can get the rear shocks no problem, OEM, but for the front they don't sell the whole entire strut. You have to like rebuild it. They only sell rebuild kits, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not rebuilding my front struts. So I ended up just getting the Monroe ones. But yeah, honestly, I'm really happy with the way the car rides. It's, to me, it's still a perfect level of like comfort. It's not like crazy stiff where, like, you know, you're taking bumps, like your back's killing you or whatever. But also at the same time, you know what I mean, it's no like Cadillac or, you know, Grand Marquis either. I mean, this thing handles really well. You'd be surprised how well like the police interceptors handle. Like, I literally have no body roll. Like, I'll be honest, the one day I was kind of, you probably can't tell, but the one day I was like, I left here all like pissed off. This is one of those days. And I was going around this bend here at like 50 miles an hour. Now this, granted, this is before I had these shocks. I had the old shocks on there. And I was going around this corner like, like 50 miles an hour. I was like fuming. And, I mean, it handled great. I mean, I probably could have went faster and it would have been fine. And that was before I had these shocks on here. My car handles better now with these shocks on here. I mean, it's not like I go crazy hard on it anyway, but there are times where, you know, I mess around with it, you know what I mean? What's the point of owning a police Interceptor if you're not gonna, you know, beat on it a little bit? It's not the whole point of owning these cars. But, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you have any questions about the shocks or anything like that, I will gladly answer anything. I think for the price, it was, 4 something. I don't have the receipt. I believe it was like 4 something for the front struts and the rear shocks. And I got them off of eBay. So it was like 4 something, I don't remember. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll be done now for a while. I just did the hose on it, the PVC hose. You'll see a video for that. That's gonna be actually I'll probably put that video up first and then I'll put this one up like a couple days later or something. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, honestly. I mean, hopefully I'll be good for a while. I've got a road trip coming up. I'm actually going to be going to, I don't know if you guys watch Street Speed 717 or Diablo Formula Racing, any of those guys, but they have a, they're doing like they did like a YouTube call out where they're going to be racing a bunch of like other YouTubers in Maryland at Cecil County drag strip. So me and a couple friends are actually going to go to Cecil County drag strip and like maybe meet them, you know, just hang out there. Probably be a fun time. So I am going to be going there. That's August 6th. So I mean, for whatever reason, if you know you don't know about it, you know, it's something you'd be interested in going, I think they said it's like $10 to get in. So but I mean, that's it. I mean, we'll see how really, you know, how good it does. The only problem I have now is this right here. Got a friggin' bolt in my tire. I got that last night. It's not leaking. I'm gonna get that taken care of though. I'll just get it. I'm not gonna pull it out because right now I don't think it's leaking air. I'm afraid if I pull it out, it is gonna leak. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. So we'll see what happens with it, but it looks repairable to me. I don't think it's too close to the sidewall. It's in like a gray area. It's like kind of repairable, kind of not repairable. It's in a spot where it's kind of hard to tell. The only way to really tell is if you take the tire off. It's not like it's like in the middle or something. It's like, oh yeah, it's repairable. It's in a spot where it's like, it's questionable. So we'll see if the tire's repairable or not. And then pretty much be it. I'll link, I'll put down the item numbers in the description. And that way, in case you don't even want to watch the video, you just want to get the part numbers, you can. But that's it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.